Welcome back to Good Morning Colorado. Taking a live look outside right now from Akron. Time is 6:11. The sunrise this morning, if you are going to be waking up early for that and you're up for that, it's going to be at 6:39. And here with all of your Easter weather forecasts is KRDO Storm Tracker 13's Marty. Marty, what a perfect day for an Easter egg hunt, maybe some chocolate bunnies.
Yeah, it's actually very nice outside this morning. It'd be perfect. And in the morning hours, we generally keep the wind at bay a little bit. That's been the case so far, so it'll probably be some of the nicest times of the day. Not that the wind's going to be strong enough to wreck the afternoon today. I don't think that it will, but we're in for a real nice morning. Have some pretty pastel purples out there, seen from American Furniture Warehouse this morning at I-25 in Fillmore. A little bit of traffic. Not a lot, obviously, this early in the morning. We mentioned the temperatures are pretty comfortable, a mixture of 40s and 50s in most cases along the I-25 corridor. It's a little bit cooler in Lyman and, of course, up over the mountains and mountain valleys where we have a mixture of 20s and 30s. But this is a real nice start to the day and what's going to be a real warm day across the area. Futurecast shows some cloud cover across the region, probably a little more than we had yesterday. I don't think the clouds are going to be thick enough to drown out the sun entirely, but you'll just see a little bit more than we had. And maybe even a few sprinkles up across the high country. I think some of the green that you see on the map is getting a little bit more optimistic than it should be. The atmosphere is really dry, so I wouldn't expect precipitation, maybe just a little virga. But I do think the wind's going to be a little bit more noticeable. Yesterday we had a few gusts around 15 to 20 miles an hour. Today Futurecast is showing sustained wind speeds running between about 10 and 20 miles an hour at times, and we could have a few gusts up around 25 or higher, particularly over the far southeastern corner of the state. Again, this time of year, the wind could be a lot stronger than this, so it's not going to be enough, I don't think, to make for a real problem today. But, you know, you have maybe a plan to be outside, having a grill going on, and you got some napkins or paper plates out there. They're probably going to be kind of a pain and blow around on you today. High temperatures are going to reach the 70s and 80s, and these are going to be temperatures that are around or above the old record levels, and that'll be true in Alamosa today, too, with about 72. We'll look for 50s and 60s up across the high country. Gunnison today even is going to be at 65 degrees. In Colorado Springs, the record high temperature is 77. I think the airport's going to get there today, but we'll generally have mid-70s across the city throughout the afternoon, maybe low 70s on the Palmer Divide, a lot of 60s around Teller County. Again, wind gusts later on this afternoon, 20 to 25 miles an hour. Noticeable, but not ridiculous. We'll look for low to mid-80s along the Arkansas River from Canyon City eastward through Pueblo. The old record high in Pueblo is actually a little lower today than it was yesterday at 81, so I think on a technicality basis we're going to beat that. But again, this is just a little bit warmer than we were yesterday. Westcliff should be in the upper 60s. Most other areas near the mountains will likely be well into the 70s this afternoon. As we go into this evening, you continue to see some clouds floating across the area. Again, Futurecast tries to throw a little speckle of green here and there, suggesting maybe a few sprinkles. I really doubt we're going to see much of that. And then after the sun goes down, we lose the instability. It looks like the clouds will probably break up a little bit more, and we'll end up with a mostly clear night after about midnight. Tomorrow morning, like this morning, looks pretty mild with temperatures in the 40s in most cases in eastern Colorado, 20s over the high country, probably 30s for most of our local mountain communities. Yeah, another real pretty shot, this one from Cheyenne Mountain this morning. Happy Easter, everyone. That's awfully nice. And feels just as nice as it looks out there right now. We are going to be tracking an increase in wind as we head into next week as some cooler air moves our way, and maybe we'll have a chance for a little bit more precipitation. We'll talk about that coming up here shortly. Kerjan, back to you.